participation of registered voters. That should alarm everybody. The second aspect was that a lot of what then became the conduct of the election had been pre-planned by Wike, who blocked movements of persons, which he had no right to do. A lot of people couldn't move from one place to the other. The city was blocked by soldiers, as if there was war going on inside of Abuja. Because I drove around Abuja and found out that was done deliberately to forestall participation of a lot of people. That was scaring people from the electoral process. The third aspect was that he had already bribed a lot of people, including some candidates of political parties, to step down for his own parties, because Wike did what I won't say is the unthinkable, but the most absurd thing. Like, Wike was acting as a member of two political parties at the same time. And he was using the resources of the Federal Capital Territory to engage in manipulation of the election. And this was seen transparently by everyone. So, as for INEC failed, the new INEC chairman failed in his first assignment, which was supposed to be the transmission of election results electronically from the polling units. They transmitted later in the evening, because I was refreshing the IRF. I don't think any results were transmitted until 7 p.m. An election that effectively ended by 4 p.m. across the FCT. So INEC failed in that regard, and I'm not surprised. And of course, you've seen that some of the results that were transmitted had already been mutilated, manipulated. You saw that. So, and this would help those people who are overconfident about even election transmission of results, that election by themselves cannot kick these people out of power.
Well, sir, how will you describe
But that's exactly what I'm saying. You are preaching to the choir. I told you I went around the city and I saw that the security agents who were supposed to be neutral were working for Wike. In that case, you can't even say they are working for APC. They are working for APC and PDP at the same time. I also heard that Wike had interest in some other political parties. It depends on who the candidate he was supporting was. He was an octopus in this election. And the security agents were given to him to do whatever he wanted to do with them. And they acted, as you said, you captured it. It wasn't me that captured it, it was media that captured it. You found them just behaving recklessly and with impunity in the FCT election. And they are jubilating as if they won an election, whereas they just got the people really upset.
Now, you said election alone can't kill.
You know, when you see us participate in electoral politics, it's because we want you to see if it works or not. But as people who are clear-headed enough, we understand that the level of impunity, the level of penetration that the evil politicians have had in our society, the tight grip they have around our neck, particularly our financial resources, there's nobody that's going to hand over power to you on the platter. People who have no jobs but are doing well. People who have no investments are living in luxury. You expect them to just hand over power to you? And our revolution is driven by the fact that the moment we take off their knees off our neck, we can redistribute our wealth and make children go to school in this country for free, have hospitals that work for all, and construct roads, not perpetually but on time, and catch up with the rest of the world. Not even the rest, catch up with our African brothers, catch up with countries like Rwanda.
Now, going back, what we saw
made it very clear that, just as I said in 2023, they are not planning an election. They are planning a selection. But the difference this time is that Tinubu doesn't want to rig the election the way they rigged in 2020. That was too brazen. So they want to rig before. So there will be a lot of scenarios put in place. And what they did in the FCT, if you calculate it properly, is a rehearsal of what will happen in 2027. so that they will minimize participation, bribe as many people as possible, empower the security agencies to go nuts and crazy, and ultimately, capture power the way they captured in 2023. But in a way that, the election observers will come and say, it's bad, but it's not really too bad. So
what's your call to Nigerians?
just be ready for a revolution. I have never missed. It's everybody else that hasn't caught up with me. I've always said this, that until there is mass uprising in this country, you can't take this country away from those who believe that it is their personal property to exploit and discard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Party leaders that went round, and what I noticed was disturbing. Disturbing in the sense that it was obvious that